Hey guys, what's up? Pigmask here, casting a game between Darer and Next from the Gosuleague that took place October the 27th, 2012. Just a couple of weeks ago, and actually less than 2 weeks ago. Anyway, this is game number 2 between Darer and Next. The first game, Next winning pretty handily. They had a couple of surprise hero picks, or a couple of odd hero picks, I suppose. Dazzle, not a hero you see too often in professional play, in competitive play. He showed up. He had a pretty effective game. Additionally, we saw a Sven that really, you could say he carried that game. Sven, he was pretty strong, did a lot of damage, really pushed forward quite a bit for Next. So we'll see how the bans go. We see actually Darer banning Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter was someone they picked last time. Last time in the first game, Darer had Bounty Hunter and they also had Faceless Void. Faceless, a very hard carry. Bounty Hunter, he's pretty effective, later in the mid game. Good ganker. He can be effective late game as well. And we see them banning him this time. Despite that they picked him first and didn't have a ton of success. Next, we also saw a Luna, who is very successful, a Leshrac, who is incredibly successful. The story of that first game was really Sven and Leshrac being very powerful, real powerful, and really deciding it. Many of Darer's heroes could not stand up to it, and Darer picks Batrider this time. Batrider was a pick from Next previously, and he had a pretty good game. Not a great game, but a pretty good game. He contributed a lot to a lot of fights. And we see Batrider picked up first from Darer after bounting Bounty Hunter and Naga. Naga Siren is banned as well as the bounty. And over on Next, we have a Wisp ban and an Undying ban. I mentioned it last time, but these are kind of, against the grain bans for pre 6.75 Dota patch 6.75 kind of changed things with the 2 hero ban in the first phase, and then and balance changes. You're seeing some stranger things. Lycan maybe has fallen out of favor. We'll see in the coming weeks, coming months, how teams work the new Lycan in, the changed Lycan, if at all, if they even bother anymore, because he was someone you never really saw before, but it was because he'd be banned, not because he wasn't picked. In this case, he's just not being picked, but we'll see if that changes at all. Right now, Darer's got Batrider. They just picked up Templar Assassin. Next has Jakiro and Darkseer. Darkseer, very effective solo laner. Templar Assassin on Darer, a pretty strong hero as well. Very good burst damage, good chasing ability. She and good vision. Her wards, her traps rather. I'm sorry, give good vision. Leshrac now picked up by Darer. They played against Leshrac last time in the first game, and they don't want to play against him again. They'd rather use him, and that's understandable. Leshrac real powerful. If you look back at the last game, Next used Leshrac for stunning and nuking. They didn't even pick up a point in his Diabolic Edict. Typically, that is the kind of the signature skill for Leshrac. But ever since 6.75, they added a cast time to that skill. So we saw, the Split Earth stun and the Lightning Storm nuke from Leshrac, and both were effective. Both did well for Next. So we'll see if Darer follows that build and what they do about it. We did see an Enigma ban, now a Chaos Knight ban from Darer. We saw a Juggernaut and now a Chen ban from Next. So last 2 bans coming up. Darer's turn right now. They go for Sven. Now, Sven was very powerful last game for Next. Seeing a Sven ban is kind of funny, but that's where we are right now. Sven got some cool buffs, and he was incredibly effective, incredibly well played as a semi-carry by Next. His ultimate giving incredibly high damage, right-click damage, at level 4 gives him a bonus 200% damage. It's insane. And that's not he does 200% damage, that it gives him plus 200% damage. So he's doing a lot of damage every swing, and you give him a level of cleave, he hits every hero. It's insane. And a Rubik band. We saw a Rubik last game, didn't do too much, but there is a Rubik band now from Next. So we'll see what Dara picks right now. If they maybe if they go for someone to kind of help Leshrac, a targeted stun is always nice to see. Someone like Sand King is great. We did see a Sand King last game, but not paired up with Leshrac. So maybe we'll see it now. Sand King, a very popular pick for that. He's good survivability with his Sandstorm. He's got that good stun that can hit multiple heroes and does pretty okay damage as well. He can push lanes. His ultimate can change team fights if it can land well. We'll see if Sand King shows up. And on Next, they need some DPS right now. They have Ancient Apparition, who is a great support hero. His Chilling Touch got a buff recently. Maybe we'll see that. Maybe we will see him maybe tri-laned with someone, and he will be chilling touching them, rather not cold feeding them. Chilling touching them for helping with the last hits. We'll see. We see a Tide Hunter now on there. Tide Hunter, great team fighter. A Nyx Assassin picked up. Nyx Assassin has had many buffs in 6.75 and beyond. He has his spiked carapace now is actually incredibly strong. It's actually very powerful. Previously, it would reflect the first instance of damage he took and stun the target that gave him the damage. Now it lasts for a couple of seconds, and it'll reflect damage onto everyone who hits him in that time, up to once per target. And it ends up being incredibly strong. Before, what you would have was you'd have a Nyx throwdown, and Navi actually tried this. You saw Navi try this in the International. You would have Nyx throw down his spiked carapace to try and reflect something like Coddle's nuke. We have a Windrunner pickup here, and a Sniper pickup, actually. Surprising. A Sniper, not a hero you would see too often, but Sniper, it can be strong. Windrunner, of course, amazing utility. And anyway, Nyx Assassin, you would see him throw his spiked carapace before, and it wouldn't, it would reflect like a creep's damage or, something inconsequential. But now he's a force. He gets in there, and you have to be careful if you're going to try to target Nyx. His mana burn did get a damage buff as well. 5 times damage now, I do believe, instead of 4 times. That might, it's pretty strong. It can really reflect a lot of damage, or burn a lot of mana, deal a lot of damage. So, we're having a pause here. While we pause, let's take a look at teams. Let's see what's up. We got Equal on the Darkseer over on Next. We have a couple of stand-ins here. Balaz on the Ancient Apparition. We have Vader on Sniper. We've got Stalcat on Nyx Assassin. I'm excited to see Nyx. And you got 9 on Jakiro. Jakiro, of course, getting a buff as well. His Icy Path now lasts, and anything that touches it will freeze instead of just being only what it hits initially. So anyway, we have stand-in Basharuk on the Batrider. We got stand-in Slash Strike on the Windrunner. Hawkeye playing the Templar, stand-in Grump on the Tide Hunter, and stand-in Neron on the Leshrac. A lot of stand-ins here for Dara. We actually only have Hawkeye. You might not even want to call this a Dara team. You might want to call this a stand-in team with a Dara stand-in. So I don't know. We'll see how this turns out. A bit of a switch up for them. And so anyway, looking at the teams here. The carry over here, obviously, is going to be the Templar. The Templar can get super strong. She can get incredibly powerful. Her meld mixed with her Psyblades really can deal quick burst damage to a couple of heroes with the right positioning. And she's hard to kill as well thanks to her refraction. She's good at chasing, good at initiating with a Sonic Trap. It really slows down movement. She can catch people out of position and take them out super fast, and very hard to kill. You can't stun her out of her meld. So, Templar, interesting heroes. Post 675, you see a lot of interesting heroes. Tide Hunter, of course, the big team fight. Leshrac and after a Batrider will be a good initiate. Leshrac, he could follow up the Batrider's ultimate, his lasso, which grabs a hero and pulls him out of position. He could follow that lasso up with a nice split earth, perhaps. And the sticky tar, or sticky napalm, I always call it tar, I'll try to call it napalm, but sticky napalm, it it's good as well for Leshrac to follow up with if he wants to in a fight. So a good amount of disables on this Radiant team, this stand-in Dire team. Good amount of disables. Now we have Ancient Apparition, who he's got one real good disable with Cold Feet. Cold Feet's pretty strong if it can land. If he picks up something like a Yule's, it's almost guaranteed to land. And his ultimate, great for chasing down fleeing heroes, great for just interrupting heals before a team fight, and it does good burst damage to a target. It's one of the more complicated skills, I guess, in Dota. It takes a big paragraph to even really reach out to it, but it is very effective. And once you have a grasp on it, it's a powerful skill. Leshrac getting slapped a little bit here from Ancient Apparition, and Leshrac's gonna try to take down that Observer Ward. They're actually Leshrac and Tidehunter are gonna go on to Ancient Apparition, try to take him out. They might. And he's going to get away with 5 HP. And actually, Darkseer turning it around on Leshrac, taking down Leshrac with a quick, swift punch. And Leshrac now dropping instead. Leshrac and Tidehunter tried to take down Ancient Apparition. Ancient Apparition escaping with literally 5 HP, exactly 5 HP, and Darkseer taking him down instead. So lane-wise, now we got Jackro and Sniper sitting up top against a Windrunner going solo. Windrunner, one of the better solos, but she's getting frozen by Jackro here and getting pegged a little bit by his auto attack. She's at half HP, 250 HP out of 492. On bottom here, we're going to have, for Darer on the Radiant, we're going to have a Templar Assassin backed up by a Tidehunter and a Leshrac against a Darkseer solo. Darkseer, much like Windrunner, one of the better solo lane heroes in the game. Both heroes can adapt to any situation, and I'm sure we will see them in many throughout this round. And in mid, we're going to have the Nyx Assassin going up against the Batrider. The Batrider, a strong mid hero, very good at zoning, very good at keeping pressure with those sticky napalms. And Nyx, being a melee hero, can have a bit of a hard time against a ranged hero as far as denies go, but, we'll see, right? We'll see. If we take a quick look here, we have Batrider at 7 last hits, 1 deny. We have Nyx sitting at 3 last hits, 0 denies. And he was just sitting on 3 sticky napalms, was Nyx. And an Ancient Apparition coming to back him up. Ancient looks like he's going to be roaming around a little bit. Ancient Apparition is going to roam, or, see where his help is needed. Right now it's in center, perhaps against Batrider. Ancient Apparition on his way to the top now to check that rune. The rune is not there. The rune was bottom. It was a haste rune, and Darkseer picked it up. Darkseer picked up the haste rune, runs past Tidehunter, who takes 1 swing, but doesn't really do anything with that swing. Up top, we have Jackro kind of shooting another ice path at Windrunner, missing it, and she jukes out of the way of that ice path from Jackro. Sniper picking up some last hits here. He's sitting at 9, actually picking up some denies. He has 10 last hits and 6 denies. And in mid now, we have Batrider get by 3 people. Darkseer, Nyx, and Ancient Apparition all jump onto Batrider. Batrider drops thanks to a last hit from Nyx Assassin. Nyx Assassin sitting now. He's sitting at 1 kill. So is Darkseer. And Ancient Apparition has died twice. I'm sorry. I read that right. He's assisted twice. He's assisted twice. He's never died. What am I saying that for? It doesn't make sense. He's on the team with the kills. It's a Leshrac and Batrider that have died. I completely looked at that. Windrunner getting harassed a little bit by Jackro with an ice path and with a dual breath. In center, Nyx is he's doing okay. He's doing so right now. Batrider definitely dominating the lane, but Nyx does have a backup of Ancient Apparition in case things get a little harsh. Nyx handing off the tangos now to Ancient Apparition. So down on bottom, we've got Darkseer standing alone for a second now against the Templar Assassin. Templar Assassin getting harassed here with 2 Ion Shells on creeps, and she's down to about half health. She might want to get some assistance from Tidehunter in a bit. Tidehunter pulling the lane and farming up what he can. Templar Assassin, she as well is a pretty effective solo hero just because of her survivability with that refraction. Refraction absorbing hits. It's somewhat similar to Treant Protector's new living armor. But holding on to that for a second, Leshrac and Batrider taking a jump onto Nyx Assassin and Ancient Apparition. Nyx Assassin hitting his Spiked Carapace, giving a quick stun to Batrider, and then Jackaro coming down here, also hitting an Ice Path on Batrider, stunning him. But Batrider flies away with his Firefly, takes to the skies, flies right past everyone, doesn't die, drops only a little bit of health. Windrunner kind of running in to deal something as well, but she backs out, realizing it's a lost cause. Leshrac with a nice stun onto Darkseer. Darkseer getting hit, and Darkseer actually vacuuming a Batrider and pulling him in for Ancient Apparition to pick up the last kill. Batrider getting away with 150 HP. Right now we have Windrunner and Tidehunter in center, and against Nyx, Ancient, and Darkseer. Darkseer is nearly dead, so is Nyx, but they're going to go into Windrunner anyway. Windrunner running away. A lot of winds being thrown out there. She almost dies, drops to 57 HP, but gets away just in the nick of time. And the Darkseer backing away. He says, I don't want to die. I don't want to risk it. A gush from Tidehunter will finish me off, so I'm going to back out of here. I've got some items to pick up. And that's going to leave Templar Assassin actually free farming on bottom here with Darkseer backing out. Templar is going to be able to pick up the last hits that she wants. She's at 33 right now, topping out the game. 33 last hits at 5 minutes and 17 seconds, 18 seconds. And she's at the Dire Tower. Just kind of picking up last hits with those side blades, hitting a few heroes. For a little while in Dota 2, those side blades were super powerful. They had a wider range than advertised, so they would hit more heroes than intended. But that's been fixed. She's still very effective, though. A little more reliant on positioning post a bug fix, as it were. Nyx now stunning Batrider in center, and Leshrac actually picking up the Diabolic Edict. He's kind of going for the standard Leshrac build of Split Earth and Diabolic Edict that we didn't see from Next previously. And Next was very effective with their Lightning Storm. Sniper is going to be harassing Windrunner a bit, and Windrunner is going to hit her Windrun and harass right back. So they both drop to a little under half HP, Sniper and Windrunner. And we have a Flame Break flying out to check the rune here. Darkseer did pick up the Illusion rune, and Batrider was going to kind of step in there and interrupt it, but he was not able to because a Nyx and an Ancient Apparition stepped in. Leshrac with a nice stun onto Nyx, but does not get anyone else. A vacuum from Darkseer trying to deal something to Leshrac here. Leshrac getting stunned by Nyx. He's getting attacked now by 3 heroes, and a nice block. Beautiful ramp blocked by Darkseer and Nyx to stop Leshrac from running away, and Leshrac goes down. Next now sitting at 4 kills compared to 0 kills on Darer. Sniper having the most last hits now, though. Sniper is getting pretty good farm at 40 last hits at 7 minutes. And Sniper taunting the Warded. He says Warded. I don't know what he's talking about exactly, but Leshrac giving the smile. Neuron giving the smile back. I don't know what that's about. So anyway, now we have the Darkseer back on the bottom here. Back on the bottom to kind of push some more pressure here on the Templar Assassin. Templar Assassin sitting at 261 HP out of 834. She drops a trap, trying to deal something now to Darkseer, but her refraction is down. She has to back away. She cast it and ran away once she realized that Darkseer's Ion Shell would just peg right through that. Sniper is level 6. He is going to snipe Windrunner, dropping her to 188 HP. Not killing her, but making her a little bit timid to stay in that lane. She knows she has to back up. Sorry if I paused for a moment there. I had to take a drink. Ancient Apparition now, holding the fort in the center here. Nyx has gone to the bottom, it looks like, perhaps. No, I'm sorry. Nyx backed up. Nyx backed up. I don't know why I thought he went bottom. He backed up. Let Ancient Apparition hold the fort against Batrider. Batrider now sitting at level 6. He's got a bottle, and he's been having a little bit of trouble controlling these runes. Right now we've got a Haste rune sitting on bottom. It looks like Leshrac might be the first. No, it's actually Leshrac's going maybe towards it, but Nyx is going to be the one to grab it. Nyx picks up that Haste rune, and he bottles it and uses it. He wants to go in for a kill. He's going to go run after Templar Assassin and hit her with that Impale, take her out. And Leshrac as well is going to drop, thanks to Ancient Apparition, Darkseer, and Nyx. The 3 of them taking out 2 heroes. Templar Assassin dropping, followed by a Leshrac. That's a nice pickup there for Next. Darer having a hard time. Now Batrider picking up a kill on Jackaro. He dove down on Jackaro, and He picked up a kill. That's going to be the first kill there for Darer. And now Darkseer picks up a kill on Tidehunter. So, Darer picks up a kill. They say, hey, we're not out of this. And Next says, I think you might be. But Darer, of course, a very excellent team. They have something up their sleeve. They have a pretty strong mid-game team. Once Tide is at 6, once Lesh is getting a little more experience, they'll be able to be a force in team fights. So I wouldn't count them out. I would not count out Darer quite yet. Ancient Apparition firing an ultimate up top towards that towards the Windrunner, and he hits Windrunner. Windrunner dropping. Templar Assassin chasing Sniper into the trees, and she does get him after taking a few shots in return. She's at 200 HP, but she did kill Sniper. Sniper drops 2 kills to 8 kills in favor of Next. Next wants to go 2-0 in this series. We'll see if they will. Nyx Assassin's showing some of his prowess here. Now we have Jackaro, Ancient Apparition, and Nyx all up top. They're all pushing the top lane. They've gotten that tower. They want to get that tier 2 tower maybe. We'll see if they keep the pressure going or if they're going to switch lanes a little bit. They might be switching. They might be heading down to catch Batrider out of position. Batrider getting greedy here, going after Darkseer, fire flying at him, going for his lasso, but Darkseer with a beautiful vacuum, pushing him out of the way, and now Batrider sitting at about a third HP. He's going to run out, but hey, Nyx is here. Nyx is going to go after Batrider. He gets a quick hit in, gets a stun. Oh, but a nice ultimate by Tidehunter, and a snipe follows up. It does take out Batrider. And Jackaro and Ancient Apparition as well end up dying. That was a good ult by Tidehunter. That kind of put a damper on Next's plans. Darkseer almost dropping. Now he does drop thanks to the Templar Assassin. Nyx is going to try to run away from here. Templar Assassin throwing down a trap, hitting Nyx. She's going to chase him down. She's going to chase him. No, she's going to turn. She's going to turn and run. But Darer does pick up a couple of kills there. Next picks up a couple as well. But Darer has closed the gap a bit. 5 kills now to Darer, 9 kills to Next. It's a little bit better. A nice ward here placed by Next in between the tier 2 and tier 1 towers for of Darer. So they have a little bit of vision there, and it's just out of range of the sentry ward of the tower sentry vision. So we got 66 last hits here on the Sniper. Sniper getting the farm he wants. Sniper getting a pretty good buff as well. Maxing Shrapnel right now. Shrapnel and Headshot got pretty good buffs in the in 6.75. Shrapnel giving him vision, and Headshot always proccing now, or always hitting when it procs. You can't dodge it. You can't dodge Headshot. So none of that Faceless Void, none of that Butterfly. If Headshot procs, it's going to land. That actually makes him a reasonable counter to heroes with Evade. If he can get that good attack speed, he'll always be hitting it. And it always has a 40% chance to hit. Now across the board, it used to ramp up, but now it's 40 straight across. The Radiant's bottom tower drops to Darkseer, Ancient Apparition, and Nyx. Next, putting pressure on. Right now, Darer has no towers, and Next has 2. Up top, we got Templar Assassin and Windrunner kind of hanging out by themselves. No opposition at the moment, and it looks like we're going to have perhaps a Leshrac and a Batrider going up there as well. They want to at least get something. If they can get a tower kill, that'll give a good amount of gold to the team, and the team really needs some gold right now. If we look at a quick graph, well, we'll look at it in a second, I guess. No, okay, everything's split up. We'll take a look right now. If we look at the gold graph, the Dire team, Next, is just way up in gold. They're at 4,000 gold advantage at 13 minutes into the game. Experience-wise, the Radiant actually is taking the lead. The Radiant's taking the lead in terms of experience. Darer is ahead by barely, probably like 200, 150. It's real close, but they are technically in the lead if you want to get down to it. But Next says, you may be in the lead with experience, but we are going to get another gold advantage because we're going to take your tier 2 tower. Darer taking the top tower out, and they're going to TP down to the mid tower to defend against Next. So now we might be having a bit of a fight going here in the center. And yeah, it's a Steam message popping up in the corner there. It is election night. I am here in Illinois, in Chicago, Illinois. And we'll get back to that maybe a little bit later. We'll see what happens. Because Sniper just fired a shot at Windrunner. Windrunner dropping to 250 HP. And there's not going to be a team fight right now at the center tower. Everyone's decided we're going to back a little bit. Darkseer on Next is going to push down that bottom tower, and Hawkeye playing the Templar Assassin on Darer, the only non-stand-in for Darer, is going to defend this bottom tower against Darkseer, and she's going to succeed. But while that happens, Next is going to take this middle tower. They say, you want to defend the bottom tower? We are going to take this middle tower, and they do. The tier 2 middle tower for Darer does drop. So Next is up. Huge tower advantage at this moment. They are keeping that strong push strat going. Batrider does not have too much. He's saving up for a Blink Dagger. He's pretty close to it. He's about 100 gold away, a little off of 100. Windrunner and Darkseer are going to face off on bottom with a Templar Assassin coming up from behind. Windrunner denying that bottom tower, that tier 2 bottom tower. In mid now, we have a nice ult from Tidehunter, but he gets caught with a freeze from Jacaro. Ancient Apparition did kill Batrider. And Tidehunter is going to kind of hang back a little more because he's only got 480 HP. Leshrac is going to be chasing down that Ancient Apparition. He gets hit by a few shots from the tower, but does not die. Jacaro throwing down an Ice Path that doesn't really do anything because Windrunner latched onto Ancient Apparition and Tidehunter finished him off with a Gush. So Batrider was close to a Blink Dagger, but then he died and lost it. He lost the gold he needed. So that ended up being a little hairy there for Darer. They almost had the initiation they wanted with the Batrider and the Tidehunter, but they did not get it. Tidehunter getting a little closer to something like a Blink, but Batrider a little farther away. So now we have Templar, Windrunner, and Leshrac pushing up. Templar Assassin sitting at 69 last hits. She's not at the level of Sniper, which is at 92 at 16 minutes into the game. But she does have 71 last hits. She has a Blink Dagger. She has Phase Boots. And she has a Ring of Aquila. She's doing pretty okay. She's going to carry them into the late game if it comes to that. And she might have to at this point, to be honest. With oh, and here comes Templar Assassin blinking onto Sniper, hitting him with a meld and a trap, but Ancient Apparition is there to back her up. And Ancient Apparition is going to try to do something here against Templar Assassin, and so is Sniper. They might get her. She is frozen at the moment. She turns invisible, but she is going to get locked into place and take some damage. There's a stun from Nyx. There's a freeze from Jacaro, and down goes Templar Assassin. She gets ganged up on, and down goes Darer again. Batrider does have his Blink Dagger, though, so he can blink in and pull someone out of position with his lasso. Definitely a big surprise when it happens, when Batrider can get in there and blink and grab you. You know, Leshrac, like I said earlier, Leshrac can follow up that lasso. Tidehunter can hit his ultimate. You know, if they can land their combo, it'll end up well. Now, Next, pushing onto the tier 2 top tower. It's only at 500 HP. It might drop here, though. Darer is going to come try to defend it. Sniper taking a shot on Leshrac with his Assassinate. Does not kill him. Drops into half. Nyx diving onto Leshrac, hitting with his ultimate. Now smacking him a few more times. And Jacaro ends up killing Leshrac. Templar Assassin going to chase down Sniper, Jacaro, and Nyx Assassin. She's going to get stunned in Jacaro's ultimate. And Tidehunter landing his ultimate on all four of the heroes here that Next has in the fight. It looks like Templar Assassin going to go down. Windrunner's going to go down. And actually, Next winning this fight, Darer having to back away. Batrider the only one alive, but he gets vacuumed by Darkseer and attacked by the rest of the team. He doesn't have much to stand up to here. And Next came for this tier 2 top tower, and they're going to get it. Once this creep wave shows up, they're going to get that tower. Because Leshrac is the only one standing on Darer at the moment. He's at full HP, but he's not going to be able to defend against the 5 standing heroes for Next. And down goes the tier 2 top tower. So right now, Next is in Darer's base. The only towers remaining for them to grab are standing inside of Darer's base. And I can only assume they are going to be pushing in to get him pretty soon. Darer is in dire straits, but they still do have, again, Batrider did pick up his Blink Dagger, so he could, if he can catch someone out of position, he can pull him out of position, though Windrunner dropping, Windrunner and Templar out of position there, and Windrunner ends up being a casualty for Darer. Leshrac as well, he could drop, I think he's at low enough HP, yes he is. Ancient Apparition's ultimate, The slow kill definitely playing a part there and taking out Leshrac, dropping to a low enough percentage. Now here comes Templar Assassin trying to do something to Nyx. Ends up taking out Nyx with a nice blink and a nice meld. Kills Nyx Assassin. Holds Darer, helps Darer hold on to Hope for a little bit longer. We'll see if Batrider can make a play with that Blink Tiger. We'll see if Tidehunter can maybe land another effective ult. He has been landing good ultimates. He has been hitting 3, 4, 5 heroes with his ultimates. Unfortunately, the Ice Path from Jakiro and the Ancient Apparition, Cold Feet, it's been holding the damage dealers in place and not letting people take advantage of Tidehunter's ultimate when it lands. Because it has been landing. It's been landing consistently. So Sniper going to try to farm up a little bit here. He has a Yasha right now. He's going to be picking up a Manta Style. He's got 3,500 gold. So he's going to farm up these camps to try to get that Manta Style in hand. And then I could only expect that they are going to push into one of these 3 lanes and try to grab some Mega Creep. Because they know, levels-wise here, they have the advantage. They are sitting at 3 heroes at level 12. Nyx Assassin, Sniper, and Darkseer for Next on the Dire side are all sitting at level 12. Just below them would be the Templar Assassin at 11, the Batrider at 10, and the rest of Darer sitting at 9, 8, and 8. And Next decides we have an advantage. We have our lanes pushed down. Let's do Roshan. Dire Tide event going on. Roshan on the mind. Let's take out Roshan for real. Let's remind everyone Roshan is still something going on. No, of course, Dire Tide not a thing during this event. Dire Tide kicked on Halloween. This took place October 27th for the Gosuleague. Gosuleague, the final series between Darer and Next. So Dire Tide was not out there yet. Dire Tide, a lot of fun though. But that is neither here nor there because Next did pick up the Roshan kill. The Aegis of the Immortal going on to Sniper. And the Radiant side pushing into the center a little bit. They wanted to try to get a tower. Sniper picking up a kill on Leshrac with his ultimate. And Batrider trying to pull away Jakiro, but getting frozen when he tries to, not really doing anything with it. Down goes Batrider. Sniper's Manta Style is up, and he's been picking away and on Batrider. A nice dual breath and a nice ice path by Jakiro. Darer loses 4 heroes. Windrunner's the only one standing. She's up on a cliff firing off power shots, but you know what? That's not going to be enough because Next didn't lose anyone, and they're going to push down mid. Leshrac is up now, but it's only Leshrac and Windrunner. We have 10 seconds on Batrider, 17 seconds on Tidehunter, 18 seconds on the Templar Assassin. And this mid tower for Darer might drop. There comes a nice power shot from Windrunner, hitting those creep, but not really doing enough. So that top tower, they're gonna hit that ward on the top tower, that protection rune. Try to get Templar Assassin up, but the tower does drop. There's a snipe from Sniper onto Windrunner. Windrunner drops, and Sniper's gonna try to chase down No, he's not gonna try to chase down Batrider. Looks like Jakiro has a veil. Someone has a veil of Discord. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because Templar Assassin got frozen and stunned. So Darer is down 2 again. Templar is down. Windrunner's down. This middle barracks is going to drop. Batrider trying his damnedest to hold this off, throwing in flame breaks, but he gets frozen and vacuumed. In the other way, the other order, vacuumed and then frozen. But Batrider drops is the end result. Tidehunter shooting a gush. I can only assume he's going to get, if he gets caught, it's going to be because he's standing a little close. Leshrac stunning 3 heroes, but it's right now 3 versus 5. Sniper taking a shot on Leshrac with Assassinate, and Leshrac tries to flee, but he cannot quite do it. Darkseer taking him out. Tidehunter standing a little close. He gets stunned by Nyx Assassin, and then hit with a Macropyre and a Vacuum. Windrunner getting frozen from an Ice Path. And that's going to be, I think that could even be game right there for Darer. They're down 4 heroes. Sniper picking up another kill. Vader as Sniper. What is he sitting at right now for kills? He's sitting at 8 kills, 11 assists. Ancient Apparition sitting at 8 kills. And every single hero on Darer is in the negatives for KDA. So Sniper, Darkseer, and Ancient, and Jakiro, they're all going to go on this bottom tier 3 tower. Once this next creep waves comes up, I'm going to have to assume they're going to push into that bottom tower. It's already almost at half HP. Next has Mega Creep in the center. Darer is they're behind here. They're going to have to play a defensive game. They're going to have to try to hope that Next over pushes, or that they one of them can be caught out of position. If Batrider can pick up something, oh wow, Darer just GGing out. Darer's not even being attacked right now, but Darer GG's, Hawkeye GG's, everyone GG's. That's going to be 2-0 in favor of Next. Next picking up the series, they sweep it, and that was just impressive play all around by Next. The Nyx Assassin showing his potential relevance. Sniper being a force to reckon with here, just from a distance, just doing so much damage with the headshot, with the shrapnel, setting up so many kills with the shrapnel, and harassing well. Not even picking up kills, but harassing well with that assassinate. The Ancient Apparition landing good stuns. Jackaro's Ice Path shown to be incredibly effective. Darkseer, effective as always, didn't have to drop his walls at all, just the ion shells and especially the vacuums being incredibly effective. Darer just had trouble getting a good footing. They lost lanes early. The Templar Assassin was getting pretty good farm, but the Batrider was a little ineffectual in center. The Tidehunter and Leshrac weren't able to land, and they weren't able to do too much in team fights. Leshrac never really getting into a spot where his Edict would be that effective. They pushed into one tower, and that was it. Edict, incredibly effective against towers, good against heroes in team fights after a few have died. It's most effective the fewer heroes there are. And yeah, I'm curious to see if Diabolic Edict is something that ends up being phased out with that cast time added to it. Because we saw last game between Next and Darer, the one before this, Next went with Lightning Storm, and Lightning Storm was very powerful. It's one of those skills that you didn't really ever see very much, but it does deceptively long-range damage. It bounces 8 times. It doesn't lose damage. It does a little under 300, so not a ton of damage, but it'll hit 8 targets, and it'll bounce real far, and it has a pretty low cooldown. So Leshrac may be moving towards more of a nuker, to a point, but I don't know. That's all speculative. We'll see in the future how Leshrac ends up getting played, how he works into the meta. Nyx being effective here. Again, a hero that we saw in the International, kind of as a surprise pick from Na'Vi. And Nyx was not effective in that game, but since getting the buffs that he needed, he has been pretty effective. He's a powerful hero maybe now. We'll see how he works out. But yeah, Next taking this game, making them 2-0 in the Gosuleague against Darer. And yeah, again, I'm Pigmask. You're probably watching this on YouTube, youtube.com/realpigmasks. So check it out, and I'll see you guys next time. I was going to say something about the election, because it's happening. It's right now, it's 10:09 p.m. Central Time in Chicago, Illinois. I got to check it out. My buddy he was messaging me a moment ago about it, saying something. Obama has Florida most likely, slight lead, but, so Obama probably took Florida. I don't know. I'm not going to get into politics here. But anyway, yeah, you guys have a good one. Yeah, take care. Pigmask.